Boom, boom, boom. What up, what up, what up, and what up? Drivers, customers, anybody wanting to learn, welcome back to Driverman channel. I am Jose, aka Driverman. Do it, baby. So, today, we're talking about how the California governor, Gavin Newsom, has pledged 20 million, over 20 million actually, to enforce the new AB 5 bill turned law now. As we all know, this bill was signed into law in September and went into effect on the 1st of this new decade here. So, what's happening is we all know a lot about AB 5, how it basically is the bill that codifies that three-pronged test, the ABC test, that was originally made law by the California Superior Court in 2018. That whole Dynamex thing, that's when it was originally made into law. But this basically kind of like more specifies it and codifies it. So, with this law, of course, they were targeting mainly Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Grubhub, whoever, but mostly Uber and Lyft, because those are the big evils we all know. But unfortunately, it also is affecting a lot of other people, such as, you've got truck drivers, writers, among other people. So, California Assemblywoman Lorena Gonzalez, she was the original author of this bill, and she's saying, hey, it's okay for businesses to have their freelance workers, but what they can't do is say, okay, this is, a small business, they work for us, and we dictate their rates, and what they do, and how they do it. And that's not okay, which ultimately it shouldn't be. A true independent contractor should be able to set their own rates and do it, when and how they want to. So, at the same time, though, while it's meant to be good for independent contractors, it's really a pro-worker bill. Unfortunately, it is also something that can put a lot of people out of work, such as freelance writers. Like, for example, there was a company, I believe, called Vox Media that ended up laying off a bunch of their writers last month, as opposed to making them employees. AB 5 limits a freelance writer to 35 articles per year, which ends up being like less than 3 a month, which should be like even less than 1 a week. So imagine, like, even if it was just 1 article a week, I mean, you can't eat off of that. So their only choice would be to become employees. And this particular company, and I'm sure many other companies, do not want to do that. So California Governor Gavin Newsom, he's pledging $17.5 million towards the investigation into violations of the labor laws regarding to worker status, and also the use of workers' compensation. There's another 2.5, so 17.5 there, 2.5 going to the EDD, which is the Employment Development Department, which is to train them on how to, determine whether a worker is, an employee or not. And then there's another $780,000, which is to go for prosecution and enforcement of the law in court. So basically what happened is Uber, originally they said things like, oh, we're just a tech company, it's not going to affect us. And then they went ahead and they pledged $30 million, along with $30 million from Lyft and $30 million from DoorDash. So $90 million total, as I did a video on before, towards fighting the bill so they can get it overturned. And ultimately what they want to do is, become either overturn it or become exempt from AB 5 on the new ballot initiative this year. But then earlier this year, just a few videos ago, they went ahead and they sued the state of California. So they've got those three things going. You know, they had their first thing was like a freaking like 45 pistol, and then hey, pledging, you know, all this money that's like an M16 rifle, and now they got their 357 Magnum suing the state of California. So what did Gavin Newsom do? He pulled out his 9mm and said, hey, guess what, motherfuckers? I've got one too. What's up now? And then he's firing back. So, I guess we're going to see how this plays out. You know, it's really controversial. You've got a lot of people who like it, and then you've got a lot of people who don't like it. A lot of the gig workers don't like it because they're thinking, oh man, it's, you know, they're going to limit the number of drivers that they're going to hire, and they're going to, you know, dedicate us to certain hours and things like that. And then other people are like, oh, you know, no, it's good because, you know, it's keeping them from taking advantage of you. So the battle continues, guys. It's a battle. We'll see, you know, what Uber and Lyft do next. I'll definitely, as soon as I know more information on the lawsuit against, you know, my state here of California, I'll let you know how that's going. From what I last saw, it's yeah, it's kind of a steep hill. A lot of certain lawyers are saying it's kind of a silly lawsuit, like not really realistic and legitimate. Very flaky lawsuit that just isn't going to go anywhere, is what a lot of people are thinking. But we'll see. So, you know, as soon as I have more information, I'll let you know about that one, and any more, you know, updates as far as this initiative, this, you know, money that they're putting together to get it, you know, get themselves exempted or have it overturned, you know, on the 2020 ballot. Let you know about that. Any other updates, I'll let you know. But yeah, they're going at it. So we'll see what happens, guys. Boom, boom, boom. Do it, baby. Get out there, make some money. Be nice to the restaurant workers, as always. Be nice to your passengers, unless they're dicks to you first. Then you can be a dick back. Boom.